NFL Week 12 anytime touchdown props. We came a Justin Jefferson touchdown away from cashing a plus 708 pay dirt parlay in Week 11. This week, my top 3 selections are all sitting at plus 140 or better. And with that, we have our biggest pay dirt parlay of the season sitting at plus 1348. We also have our biggest long shot play of the season sitting at plus 1,000. I'm Steve Seagrave from Sportsmemo and Picks and Parlays, and I am in action with a 5% NFL max bet. We're 7-5 with those plays so far this season after a tough loss in Week 11, but we've still pulled in a profit in 6 of our last 10 weeks. I love our play for Week 11, and I'm looking having a massive week in Week 11 after cashing a 4% ticket on Thursday Night Football. If you guys enjoy this content, you already know what to do. Hit that like button if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop those anytime touchdown picks for Week 12 in the comment section. You guys always have some good ones. I'll be checking those comments to respond back to you guys. And I also have a special offer to share with you towards the end of the video. So let's jump right into it. Quick recap here. CeeDee Lamb, Bijan Robinson both get the job done for us. Justin Jefferson lets us down. And that's the second time this season that he's been responsible for us not cashing the pay dirt parlay. And then our long shot play of Jackson Hawes. He got there for us the week prior, but he didn't find the end zone for the Bills in Week 11. We're on a 7-3 run with our number 1 selections over the last 10 weeks. And with that, number 1 on the list is going to be Rome Odunze at plus 165. He's dominated man coverage. He's seen a 30% target share against man compared to a 23% target share against zone. And Pittsburgh plays the 5th highest amount of man coverage in the NFL. If you look at his 4 games against teams that rank top 8 in man coverage this season for Odunze, he caught 7 for 128, 2 touchdowns against Detroit, 7 for 114 against Baltimore, and then 6 for 86, 2 touchdowns against the Giants. Against the Commanders, he only had 2 for 32, but he did have a touchdown called back on a kind of a ticky-tacky offensive formation penalty. Like we mentioned, Pitt runs the 5th highest man coverage rate in the NFL, and they've allowed the most yards to opposing wide receivers with 186 per game. The Steelers' secondary is banged up, and now Darius Slay is questionable. Early in the year, Odunze was scoring at will. He had a touchdown in each of his first 4 games. He only has 1 in his last 6, so he seems like he might be due for one this week in what amounts to a very sweet matchup. But he still scored a touchdown in 50% of his games so far this season, and this seems like a great bounce back spot. Great price, too, at plus 165. So number 2 on the list, we're going to go with another wideout here. And one of you guys mentioned in the comment section that I seem to do better with the plus money wideouts. And you'll be happy to see that this week we have 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end as our official plays, and then our long shot play is a wide receiver as well. So you'll like this video. Jameson Williams sitting at plus 155. He's now scored in his last 3 games, 4 of his last 5 games, and 5 of his last 9 games. He's really thrived in the last 2 games since Dan Campbell took over the play calling in Detroit. We've seen him grab 4 for 88 and a touchdown in the first week with Campbell taking over. And then last week, Williams had 6 for 119 and a touchdown as well. New York defense allowing the Giants defense allowing the 5th most wide receiver yards, 8th most wide receiver touchdowns. And Williams is another wide receiver here. This could be a theme for this week's video. That's thrived against man coverage. Giants playing the 2nd highest man coverage rate in the NFL. Sam Laporta, the tight end, is on the shelf for Detroit. And there's only been 2 games with Laporta on the shelf where Williams has played over the past 2 seasons. That was last week, 4 for 88 and a touchdown. And then he also had last season a game where he caught 4 for 124 and a touchdown as well. So the Lions are heavily favored in this game, minus 10.5 at the shooting of this video. But I think the Giants can hang around, at least early on in this one. I think if the Lions cover, it'll probably be late in the game. Jackson Dart should be under center in this one. And I think he can kind of hang around here and make it so that the Lions have to throw a little bit more. And Williams finds the end zone at another nice price, sitting at plus 155. Number 3 on the list, we're going to Monday Night Football. We're going to our only tight end this week. We're going to look at George Kittle, and that's plus 140 over at FanDuel. He scored in his last 2 games, 4 of his last 6 games. And you look at his last 2 games, he's caught all 15 of his targets for 67 and 84 yards. Facing a Panthers defense allowing the 4th most tight end yards, 8th most tight end touchdowns. And I see a pass-heavy game script here. The 49ers defense has been decimated by injuries. We've seen Bryce Young step it up a little bit on the road now recently, so I think that he can make for a good running mate against this 49ers offense. Total sitting at 50. And you look at these last 3 49ers games, banged up defense, Purdy's back as well for the 49ers. They look great offensively last week. Last 3 games, totals have went up to 63, 68, and 58. So we're going to see probably most likely another high-scoring game here. I think we see Kittle get involved. We put them all together. Adunze, Williams, Kittle, plus 13.48. And like I mentioned, we have been better with the wide receivers in general. We do have 1 tight end in the mix. And that's our pay dirt parlay, sitting at plus 13.48. I mentioned our biggest long shot of the season. And we're going to look at Cotterell Hodge from Atlanta, plus 1,000 over at FanDuel. Drake London's out, or highly doubtful. He's not going to be playing in this game. And then Darnell Mooney's been a non-factor. He's dealing with a collarbone issue here. On top of that, Penix Jr.'s out. And we've seen Hodge has a great rapport with Kirk Cousins when he's under center. In Week 8, in a game where Cousins started and Drake London was on the shelf, we saw Hodge have a season-high 8 targets, 21 routes run, and he caught 3 passes for 31 yards. He hasn't been lighting up the scoreboard yet, but he's facing a New Orleans defense below average in touchdowns allowed to opposing wide receivers, with 11. And this is a great price for a guy that essentially will amount to a number 1, maybe number 2 wide receiver this week against the Saints team. That's not the greatest against wideouts, not the worst, but below average. And the Falcons should be anxious here to get back in the win column after a devastating loss to the Panthers. So let's go Hodge, plus 1,000 over at FanDuel as our long shot play. If you were to wrap up all 4 players, and that's Adunze, Williams, Kittle, and Hodge, that adds up to plus 14,556. Obviously, you have a plus 1,000 long shot in there, but that's not the official pay dirt parlay for this week. It will be Williams, Adunze, and Kittle at plus 13.48. So we're swinging for the fences a little bit here, going with the wideouts that have benefited us in the past. Justin Jefferson let us down last week, but CeeDee Lamb came through. So those are our official plays for the video. Guys, like I mentioned, I have a special offer to share with you. You can get 7-day all-access pass over at Sportsmemo or Picks and Parlays for $69. Breaks down to a little bit less than $10 per day. It'll cover you for all sports, including 5% plays. And right now, like I said, 7-5 run with our 5% NFL plays this season. You get the college football play of the week as well. We're a 5-2 run with those. Looking to bounce back in the NBA after a couple of down weeks here. But we've always had strong seasons in the NBA. Last year we finished number 1 with 73 units of profit. And then NHL as well. Number 2 right now in the NHL with a 15-6 record. I'll soon be adding college basketball plays as well. Just kind of monitoring things for the first couple of weeks of the season. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button on the way out. As always, my page is linked in the pinned comment. And check out my free content over at X at StevesBook22, as well as over at Sportsmemo.com. You can check out my articles over on X at WagerTalk News as well. Daily NBA player props. And then NFL weekly articles for the primetime games and anytime and first touchdowns as well. Good luck this week, guys. Let's sweep the board so I can bust out that broom for week 13. Good luck. See you next time.